Hey everybody, I am currently overseas right now at the military. I'm in a tent. Just got done raining. It doesn't rain here very often, and it's been raining the past 2 days, which is pretty wild. But anyways, hope you guys can hear me okay. It's got the HVAC blower over there is a bit noisy. But anyways, I wanted to talk about Front Row Motorsports and get into that and talk about the improvements they made in the off-season, acquisitions that they got, sponsorship, things that happened. They moved to a new shop. I'll kind of briefly touch on that. Uh, I guess expectations for this year, what I think, what they can achieve, how I think they'll be running at tracks, and some driver acquisitions and some other things like that. So getting into it briefly, I want to touch on the charter situation real fast. So in December, I believe, of last year, they acquired BK Racing's last charter for $2.1 million. That got auctioned up in Virginia, and Front Row Motorsports got the bid, which that's an interesting kind of little backstory with that. If you want to research it, just type in Google Front Row Motorsports and BK Racing charter, and you'll see it. The other one they bought from BK Racing like 2 or 3 years ago, they sold to Rick Ware Motorsports or Rick Ware Racing. I'm not sure which one exactly. I'm not sure how much that one went for. I'm thinking it went maybe around the same amount as the BK Racing, about 2.1, maybe a little higher, maybe 2.5 or something like that. I'm not real sure. Um, but anyways, that was also another interesting story. How basically Rob Devine sold that char to Front Row Motorsports, and I guess he didn't disclose that he was still making payments on through the bank and this and that. So I think Mr. Jenkins, the owner of Front Row Motorsports, Bob Jenkins, thought that maybe he was going to be on the hook for a little while with that. I never heard anything come out in the papers or anything, or the news saying that Front Row Motorsports was going to have to pay up for any of that. I heard that Rob Devine's plan was to pay the bank the remaining balance that he owed on the charter, and I think Front Row Motorsports may have sold that just to get away from that situation, or they just sold it to sell it. I'm not sure. But anyways, moving past that, like I said, you want to Google it and put Front Row Motorsports BK Racing charters, you'll find some more interesting information. So moving forward, pull my chair up a little bit, get some better light. So moving forward, we'll get into the driver acquisition they got this year. So they start a third car again. They tried this 4 or 5 years ago. Didn't have really any success. They ran it with Josh Wise, and they ran a 35 car. So this year they're running the 36 car, which I believe is a number they've never ran before. I could be wrong. I probably am wrong. But if they did run a 36 car, it's been a long, long time ago, and it wasn't for very long. I will say that, and that's a fact. Matt Tift is their new driver that they got, and their crew chief for that, I had to write him down, is Mike Kelly. And it seems that for the Daytona 500 at least, they have Speedco, which is owned by Love's, and Love's bought Speedco like 2 years ago, so they are two separate companies, but kind of one, And also I saw that there's a company called on their toolboxes at Daytona. They haven't announced it yet, but there's a company called Tunity, which looks like a type of app company of some sorts, for mobile devices. And the other one is called Suncorp, I believe. It's a type of sunscreen. It's an activewear sunscreen. I'm not sure really exactly how that's. I don't know if that's part of something Matt Tiff brought with him, or if that's a separate whole thing for Front Row Motorsports that they found on their own. Anyways, he is going to be running with us. I'm not sure how long the deal is. I think it's a 2-year deal. Not really sure. But anyways, looking forward to it. there's mixed reviews on him as a driver. He seemed to do okay for a little while, and I personally don't keep up with the Xfinity Series. Same with NFL. I watch NFL. I don't watch college. It's just I've always been like that. I never really watched the Busch Series growing up or anything. It's just not me. So I really know nothing about those drivers, which is probably embarrassing. But it's just for me to keep up with it a lot. It's just too much. So anyways, I don't go to races or any of that stuff either for the Xfinity Series or whatever they're called this week. So yeah, so we got Matt Tifft. Looking pretty excited at that. We also, because we had a third car, moved into a bigger shop, which seems to be the old shop of H.S. Scott Racing. I think from what I researched, it looked like it was the old shop from him, and that's in Mooresville. So a little closer to Charlotte, a little closer to Roush. It's a nice shop. I saw inside pictures and stuff. It's a very nice shop. Also, the Roush Alliance with Row Motorsports it's grown this year. It's supposed to be a little bit more. The technical support supposed to they've opened up more resources for us and stuff. So that's building again, which is good. Every year it keeps growing. The Ford Alliance, Ford is also lending more technical support and kind of giving us more information than they have in the past. So that's also good. So another addition, we kept David Reagan 38, which I think was a great decision. He really, I think, had a pretty good year last year, and a car that, in my opinion, wasn't supposed to run as good as a 34. So David Reagan, we got him. Seth Barber will return for David Reagan. Some admin notes right there. Derek Finley will still be the technical director, and Donnie Wingo is still the competition director. So they've been around the system for a long time now, and they've stuck around. So yeah, we have David Reagan now. Seth Barber, like I said. Select Blinds is going to be in, I think they announced 4 or 5 full-time races, and they will be the associate sponsor the entire year. Look for Sitgard 700. They're a type of, I guess, off-brand or type of subsidiary. Can't pronounce that word. They're a brand within the Citgo Corporation, I believe. They sponsored us at Darlington at the Throwback last year for the Dale Jarrett Throwback. So anyways, they are on the car on the A-pillar. That has not been announced either, but I believe they'll be around. And also look for Shriners Hospitals, Juice Battery. Well, no, I take that back. I don't think Juice Battery. I think they were on us last year. I can't remember, but yeah. So they'll probably be around, and some other ones I'm sure will be announced. And then you've got the 34. So Michael McDowell is back with 34, and he's going to have Drew Blickenster. So that's a new one. So he came from Petty Motorsports. As you guys kind of know, that place is, in my opinion, it's kind of crumbling. Hope you're not a Petty fan, but I mean, they got Bubba Wallace, and he didn't do much last year. So I like him. He's a good guy, cool dude. Didn't do anything. So I Drew Blickenster left. I think that's really, Smithfield and everything rolling out. I mean, just seems like a ripple effect. So anyways, so yeah, they've got him. Their sponsors, of course, going to be the same. It's going to be K-Love probably. It's going to be Loves. You'll probably have some more thrown in there. I can't really think of sponsors right now off the top of my head, unfortunately. But I know there'll be some reoccurring ones that will come back. I can't remember that seafood one or whatever that sponsored David Reagan for a couple of races. They'll probably be back around. So yeah, it'll be pretty exciting year. I think our cars are going to be a lot better than they were last year. I think you're going to see us more towards the the high teens, low 20s, and finishes consistently, I think our mile and a half program will be pretty good too. And short track definitely will be awesome. And so I'm running out a little bit of time, but I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and nice little quick update for everything. And I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.